I changed my body. I changed my habits. I changed my life. But for some reason, I just couldn't allow myself to feel like I was enough. No matter how much I leveled up, it still felt like I was chasing something. Not just success, but validation. So I had to ask myself, why am I chasing validation from things outside of myself? Girls, people, family, friends. Why is my validation not enough? Why is God's validation not enough? The reasoning that you're like this is because when you're on self-improvement, you're for the most part grinding alone. So there is no good boys, good job, attaboys, pat on the backs, high fives. It's just you getting the grind on constantly. You reach a new mountain, you look up, and there's a new peak to climb. And you climb that alone again and again and again. It's easy to get caught up in that. So when I would do something that's worthy of praise, when I'd accomplish a great goal, I didn't realize that that's something that deserved praise, right? That's something that, at least something to be proud of. In my mind, it's like, well, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what I'm supposed to be achieving. Those are the results that I'm supposed to be getting. It's not a completely bad thing because it means you have high standards for yourself. And it also shows that you have self-respect. But how can you feed the ego in a positive way if you're not allowing yourself to? If you're starving yourself from that credit, from that I am who I say I am. Now, the second reason is, as I improved, and you could probably relate to this, I still associated with the loser identity. So although my body changed, although I was maybe getting attention from girls or from friends, you know, being more social and all that stuff like that, it still took my belief of myself to catch up. Because it's like your whole life, you had to fight for your seat at the table. You had to you had to earn everything. So as you grow up, you still carry those wounds and those scars with you. Internally, internal problems. They're still going to be there. The scars are still going to be there. Your childhood trauma, all that stuff is still going to be there. So you need to go inside and do the internal work as well. Because just because you're winning doesn't mean that it's just going to go away. So it started to hit me. And you might have asked yourself the same question. Well, why didn't I feel like I was enough before? And why do I still feel that way now? As a kid, growing up, I remember vividly us getting kicked out. That my mom's crying because she don't know where to go. And me seeing it, not knowing what to do. Me, myself, worrying about where we're going to end up. Are we going to be on the streets? Are we going to be somewhere else? You know, I remember vividly, like my mom would cry and she'd be like, you see, don't be like me. Don't be a nobody. Become somebody so that this doesn't happen to you. And it hurt. I always told myself, like, I'm going to become somebody. As a matter of fact, I'm going to help my mom through all the troubles that we've been through. And I'm going to help myself and we're going to come up. We're going to come up. I'm going to become somebody. That was the driving factor in my life. But somewhere along the line, you kind of get lost. Because in the pursuit of you trying to become somebody, you forget that you are somebody now. You are already somebody and you're worthy of what you set out for. Because if you don't acknowledge that now, if you don't feel like you're that person now, then it doesn't matter what goal you reach. You will always feel like you're not that guy. You will always feel like you're not that person. You will always have that almost imposter like syndrome. So how do we fix this? Set your standards. Earn your own approval every day. Don't give 80, 70, 99%. Give 100 and earn it so that when you're done, when it's the end of the day, you could pat yourself on your back and be happy with yourself, with the work that you've done. This grind is lonely. This is a lonely grind and all you got is yourself. There's no motivation. There's no cheerleader. I mean, if you have that, kudos, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you, but I didn't have that. Even now, I don't have that. It's just me on my own, grinding, doing the work that nobody sees. And it's going to be like that for a while. And I'm not complaining, but just know that you got to cheer yourself on. You got to cheer yourself up. You got to pat your own self on the back. You got to find the ways that motivate yourself when it's hard for you. I always say that self-improvement is not pretty. If you got two voices speaking to you in a moment of discomfort, and the louder one is the one of comfort, and all these lies that your brain is telling you, and then there's a quiet voice, a voice of success, a voice that leads you towards discipline. Nope, let's not eat that. Let's put on our shoes to go run. Let's get ready to go to the gym. But it's quiet, because it's overshadowed by the comfort voice. But the more you start listening to that quiet voice, the louder it gets, the louder it gets, the louder it gets. And then you become disciplined. You become somebody worthy of your own approval. Your mind gets rewired when you do things that suck now but pay off later. Your will to live and conquer the day grows, but you have to constantly be meeting that standard. Earn your own validation. When your day ends and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, did I do what I set out to do? Am I a better man? Did I truly complete my goals honestly to myself? Am I proud of what I've done and what I'm looking at in the mirror? Probably not completely, right? Probably like your body, maybe you went to the gym, but you're still overweight or you're still skinny. But am I proud that I put in that work and I'm 1% better as I look into this mirror? I could look at myself with strength and confidence to say, yes, I did something difficult. I did something that's going to make me better. I completed the tasks that were put in front of me and I destroyed them. That's when you got to look into the mirror and be honest with yourself and ask yourself these questions and face yourself. Because my friend is not going to know. My mom's not going to know. My family's not going to know. friends, girlfriend, they might not know, but you will always know if you're really getting after it or if you're not. Did I earn my own approval? Did I eat at that calorie deficit? Did I train the way I was supposed to? Did I do the work I was supposed to, even when I was tired, but I still got it done? Good. You are now, as you're looking in the mirror, a man worthy of my own approval. You earned it. I did what most wouldn't. Now tomorrow, I gotta cash in my check again. Surround yourself with people that see the real you. Don't surround yourself with people that still see the old version of yourself and don't choose to change that perspective. If they can't evolve their vision of you, leave them behind. Or you will forever try to prove yourself to people that will never see it. And at the end of the day, it is nice to have supportive people around. It is good to have a group of guys and friends or whatever it is to go after the same goals that you are. And you guys are pushing each other, motivating each other. But at the same time, we're born alone and we're going to die alone. So at the end of the day, it's you that needs to do the work. Nobody else is going to do the work for you. So you longing for that when you're alone, there's no point in wishing things were different. There's no point in wishing that I had a girl that was cheering me on, that kept me motivated, that would make meals for me. That's nice, but I got to make the meals for myself. That I had friends along my side and we're pushing each other after. No, I was my own friend. I had to push myself. And so having that dependence is the strength, but also know when to give yourself kudos and truly be your friend. Speak to yourself as a friend, not constantly just like pushing. Become your own friend. Earn your own validation and become that person to yourself so that you don't have these problems of, even though you're winning, you don't feel like you're enough. In conclusion, know where you're heading, earn your own validation, and isolate and starve yourself from the validation of others. And how you get there is simply by showing up even when it sucks for yourself. If you do what's easy all the time, or you're a part-time savage, how can you ever expect to be proud of yourself or to truly look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm that guy. I earned what I wanted. The thing is that a lot of these YouTubers now, they kind of switched it with like, well, of course I want validation. I want validation from women, of course. And that is true. We do starve for that. We do crave that. It's a human natural instinct. But you won't get nowhere until you earn your own validation first. And that's my point. Nobody's validation matters until you earn your own. You have girls telling you like, oh, you're actually kind of cute. Well, damn, you're actually kind of fit. And you with the same mentality, even though you are, but your old version of yourself is still in your head because it hasn't caught up yet. And you're like, am I really? Still don't have that belief. So now you're questioning. Now you're thinking they're mocking you. Now you're like confused. You can't be only meeting 10, 50, 60, 95% of your potential. It's a disrespect to yourself and to those that believe in you. So let's get it done. My love, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And support the brother, man. Stay dangerous. Peace.